Alright guys, today we're talking about some of the biggest red flags you have to look out for as you're looking through homes in Lake Norman. Number one is going to be the roof. How old is the roof? Has there been any leaks? Has the roof been replaced recently? Because if you've got a really old roof, number one, you're going to have to expect, number one, that you're going to have to replace it, or at the very least that it's going to have to be remediated, right? It could be a lot of work, it could be a small amount of work, but if you have a really old roof, this is a number one thing to look out for. Number two is going to be the crawl space. If it has a crawl space or the foundation, you want to make sure there aren't any cracks if you've got a cement foundation or a concrete foundation. But also, if you do have a crawl space, you want to make sure that there's no water in there. Make sure it's dry. If it's been encapsulated, you want to make sure it is actually encapsulated. Making sure that it's sealed off, that there's going to be no elements that go under there, because getting a crawl space remediation on the low end can go $3,000. On the high end, it can be upwards of $15,000 to $20,000. Another red flag you have to look for is how old is the HVAC system. So if your HVAC system is super old, it might just need a new compressor, or in our house personally, it actually just went out, right? So we had no cooling, but we did have heating for the whole winter, but we actually ended up waiting to replace our HVAC until the summer, until we actually needed the cooling feature. But these HVACs can go, if you just need service, it could be a couple grand. Or if you need a full replacement, it could be upwards of 12 to 15, depending on what brand you go with, how much volume you need to BTUs, how much you need to blow around. So just keep an eye out for this. These are some big red flags that a lot of people don't think about when they're looking at the house, because you think, oh, this house is beautiful, I love it, but it really comes down to the details, right? If the details are bad, then it might be worth walking away from. Even if it checks all the boxes, but you have to spend an extra 30 to 50 to make it real or to make it sustainable, then just keep an eye out for that.